Just gonna hit it. Gonna hit it. And you're live. Big question is... There we go. YouTube video. Just need an extra minute. And don't mind me while I just go... mention this on Discord. And... should be set to go. Alrighty. From the dead with this Pikmin 1 stream. You know, the stream I did before the remakes were announced or released. That one? Yeah. That one. I ain't gonna bother posting it on Twitter because Twitter is just like... Twitter's too busy trying to survive at the moment from what I've gathered. I don't need to waste their time and energy with my shenanigans. Live with a live stream of Pikmin 1. Started this on the Wii U before the remakes, and I'm gonna finish this. Dang it. And you know what? Maybe I'll just tweet it anyways if they don't want to. I don't know. It seems bad, but seems like every time Twitter has a crisis, everyone claims that they're gonna leave, and most of them don't actually do. So the stream is there for people who are looking for it. Alright, that's all that's set. Question is, am I ready? I know it's a little earlier than scheduled, but I'm ready to go early. So I decided to just go early. Especially considering the fact that it's been a long day for me. I woke up way too early for how late I went to bed. And yet the bot was like, no, you are getting up at 6 a.m. And I could only compromise it to 7 a.m. It's like the Mountain Dew's wearing off and I'm starting to feel alright. I'm gonna hope that I just accidentally pressed the button and it didn't just boot me out here by itself. Alright, so day 13, already going pretty slow for my record. But it was the first time I was playing Pikmin 1 in probably at least couple of years. And even then, even though this was just a playthrough just to get the rest off, I'm pretty sure this live stream wouldn't even be a thing anymore if it wasn't for the freaking fact that my old habits die hard, and there's definitely been several days where I've reset the day because I didn't feel it was optimal enough. Today though, yeah, with 24 parts, I'm gonna do everything I can to finish this stream. And that means trying not to get caught up in the details and optimize as little as possible. Besides, all we have left is a distant spring in the final area. And I'm pretty sure I've done the majority of the complicated stuff in previous days. So I'm gonna just hop right into it. While stream is pretty far behind. Aren't I on ultra low latency? What a fantastic way to start the stream. And surely I can at least see what the latency is on the fly. Live reactions are live. Live chat replay. I guess I can't see the latency until things are going. How far behind is this stream? Because the stream preview is pretty far behind. Okay, now it seems up to date. And guess who closed the stream window in the process of all that? You know what's gonna be fun? By fun, I mean way more, so much of an ordeal that I'm not sure if it's even worth it. Making this stream into a video series. And yet I know there's interest, because there was at least one comment. Okay, it think it showed for 1 second that it was on ultra low. Okay. That's a problem for future Jackie K. And we'll get there when we get there, though. For now, let's see what you still need to do on the map. So, that one, still have to get that mess apart. Still gotta get everything back here. So maybe I can't clear it out in 1 day, but I could in 2. And there's this part all the way back here, but maybe I'll save that for the end and just get like all the water parts in a single day. So I think my first primary objective would be to go all the way over here, because these are the farthest things away, and then like if I have time I can work my way back and get stuff closer and closer. It's been a bit. I remember that blues need to get here, but I forget what's need to get over there. Well, since these are blocking the ground anyways, let's start with that. So a lot has happened since the last stream. I feel kind of bad that it's been as long as it has, but you know me with streaming, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'm not really a big social person, so the live interaction portion of that becomes very easy to procrastinate when is this too many blues? I guess we'll find out in hindsight. Like, I can give myself 1 reset if I absolutely need that. Right. But yeah, like, in the time frame of making this video, or of getting back into streaming, they released HD remakes of Pikmin 1 and 2. So, huzzah for this stream series being obsolete before it can even end. Oh, you fools. Speaking of obsolete, good old Pikmin AI. How I don't miss V. Alright. Maybe we can have a conversation a little later, but for right now I'm gonna go into game plan mode. Oh, I forgot I had bomb rocks. Oh. Maybe I should have decided, oh hey, maybe bum rushing it would be a bad idea before I hit the button when it's right in front of everything. It's alright. You know, you can take that back and rekindle your kin. For right now, though, that's the part where they actually want me to, it's this glorious mess. Well, I clearly don't need all the blues. Is this the version that has the button where I can, yeah, like, swap which type I'm throwing in? Because that would be fantastic, not to waste all the flower blue Pikmin that I just plucked together, or just nectar together, just to get a little tiny bit. And I guess while you're all right here, you all can go in too. And as much as I want to just make all my Pikmin blue, the less Pikmin I make yellow, the less I have to convert back to blue. Although, ideally all I have to do is get the part down and my normal blues can handle the rest, so this will at least give me enough to gauge how many I actually even need. $20. Of course they wouldn't make this easy. So that's... surely that should be more than plenty. Oh, that could have gone ugly, not gonna lie. It's kind of funny. I'm rapidly tapping A because that's what you do to get this to work in the old games. Even when playing some of the newer games, though, I'm still in the habit of just rapidly tapping A until all the Pikmin are plucked, even though in those games it's done automatically. Again, just some old habits just die hard. Right, let's get the rest of you up here and see what we can do. Alright, they're gonna fall and panic and collapse. No, 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 no. You see, my friends. Oh. This is why I was trying to dismiss you all in the first place. Trying to dismiss you all away from the water, so... Well, it'd probably be easier to do it this way at this point. I like a non-yellow Pikmin, pretty please. Oh my god, I swear, if I spend the entire day on just this one part, screw you. Only because we're gonna need a backup very shortly. There we go. The good old collision on this thing. You know, in hindsight, it probably would have been just as much work to just throw the yellows back up here, or back where they were, and, you know... I'm kind of questioning the logic behind the way I was doing that whole ordeal in the first place. Oh, well, at least they're bringing them back. Well, you know, in all the time frame I spent just... messing around trying to get my Pikmin back, they brought the part back all the way. I feel so efficient, he says in the sarcastically way he possibly can. Yeah, if I could just... I could have just done that the whole time. Well, hindsight 2020. At least I can scout out what I need to do for this part, because it's been a hot minute and I don't remember how this works. Is it like a maze? this doesn't even seem that bad compared to the part that I just did. Is it really this simple? Apparently it is. Alright, what else can I get while they're carrying that back? And the efficiency hog is getting to me, because now I'm thinking I could probably get everything. I feel like I could get more parts in a single day. I was going to say I can get all of them one day, but then I remembered where a couple of them are, and that might be a little too much for the ask. I might give myself a redo on this day, just only because Lord knows if I remember how this stupid mess works. Well, while I'm getting yellows, who I think are needed for that. Are they? Well, I'm gonna go back to base anyways and see how they're doing. I wonder if the Wollywogs are still dead and I could just squeeze in getting that one all the way out there while I figure out the rest of this. I mean, I guess while I have blues out, it wouldn't hurt. Great, that guy's back, which kind of gives me the feeling that I haven't really messed with the water yet, which would be a problem. You know what, since y'all dug up that nectar anyways, sure. I do got bigger priorities, but oh yeah, all these guys are there, and it's in the puffy blowhog itself. An excellent time for a cutscene, my good friend. Yeah, you know what, screw it. I was gonna see if I could avoid fighting those guys first. But let's just get this over with. And now for you. At full charge. Regroup everyone. Maybe see if I can get him before he gets back up all the way. Rinse and repeat. So there's the radio. More than plenty, but I wouldn't be able to get them all in one day anyway, so if I get this back, then I would just be able to focus on getting 2 parts the next day anyways. I wouldn't be able to get them all in one day unless I really practice this day a lot, so it's probably not even worth the attempt. Also, I just realized this could be a problem for my friends coming up ahead. Speaking of which, anyone? Oh yeah, I have all those Pikmin over there. I just need to keep these guys distracted enough for... Okay, that seems to be enough distraction. I mean, maybe I can get the rest of them. I might be able to squeeze in that one part. I have to go back over there anyways to get the Pikmin that built the stick. Don't want to bring too many because the more I bring, the more concerned I am about them getting lost. Especially because I have all these guys just hanging loose around here. Nope, 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 nope. I need you all for... Oh, alright. Oh, hey! Hi, Olimar. Nice to see you, Olimar. Bucket, bucket, bucket. It's a small part, so as long as everyone doesn't fall down, I could actually get this in time. But of course, life is never that simple. Don't fall down the hole, pretty please. Thank you very much. Alright, I guess I'll start pulling people back so I can see if who's stuck in there still. Oh dear. I can already tell this is gonna be a reset day, if only because that entire ordeal. Yeah, and I can't save both whatever that blue over there is doing and figure out where the heck the yellows are too. One last look at the map. Can I at least save this blue Pikmin's life? Nothing compared to all the Pikmin that are definitely gonna get slaughtered. You just had to get greedy. I'm not skipping this time. We have to wash our shame. I mean, watch. But some wash wouldn't hurt either. 13 days. The Pikmin that I did not bring back to the Onion all vanished overnight. And maybe, well, that they have fallen prey to the planet's nocturnal creatures. An ugly thought. Perhaps that's why they follow me into the atmosphere. I'm starting to grasp the cycles of life on this planet. Now, I said I wasn't going to reset, and I could just clean up the mess I made. Only left one behind. That's what I was saying, though. I feel a little guilty about leaving the Pikmin behind. So I want to redo that day again. If I'm super efficient, I could get everything in that one day anyways, and it would be the same amount of time if I just went ahead and didn't reset. Because I could definitely get 2 parts in a single day. But can I get all 5? Probably not, but I'm tempted to try. And we definitely have plenty of time. Okay, so slight change of plan. Gonna get the part that's all the way out in the water first, since it's so far away. 70 for good measure. Tempted to fight the Wollywog so I don't have to worry about it later, but... Nah. Friends! No need to stop not running and keeping up with me, friends. We have way too much going on to get sidetracked by your petty little things. Alright, let's see if I can take on this fight more properly and with less casualties. Alright, now to take care of you. Hopefully I don't completely mess up the motion controls. Gotcha. Right on cue. On the bright side, maybe getting the radio first this time will actually give us a chance to use it. You know what, if 40 Pikmin can carry this back, 40 Pikmin can be on the job of carrying that back. Where is everyone else? Because I could have sworn I brought more than 40 Pikmin with me. Oop. Guess I can do some cleanup along the way, and more importantly, won't have to worry about... Oh, they just picked up stuff without my permission, that's all. Alright, do I want to go over the rest of the blue segments? Am I really bold enough to try to get everything at once? What the heck? I specifically filled up my base so I wouldn't have to pluck anymore. But we're gonna go for it. Let's see. Actually, do I get this now, or do I try to get the more tricky stuff further away? I already have 100 out in the field. Where's the other 40? Oh, they're carrying the part back. You know what, I'll get started with... Let me see how hard this one is. Since I'd rather have my full squad before going all the way out there anyways, if I do have the time to get this along the way, all the better. Or at least get started. And you know what, I've already started throwing Pikmin. This puzzle's a lot more simple than I remember it being. So I'll just finish doing this first. I thought it was like a whole ordeal, where you have to throw blues and then guide them through the maze. But in reality, all the way, please. Not you. You get to come with me. Okay, maybe this one required a little more effort than I gave it credit for. Just a little. Alright, don't fall. Get it? Perfect. And that's why you don't do it with yellows, just in case you forgot. Alright. Before you get back on here. Maybe we can get everything in one day and I can justify the reset. Certainly got enough blues to actually try to go for some of those other stuff. So why not? Let's go for it. Ideally without getting distracted along the way, but we'll have to see how that goes. Alright. Don't mind me, I'm just in concentration mode because I am determined to try to get everything done at once this time. Alright, is this the one that I just need to throw them across and that's it? I think so. So I might as well have the Pikmin work on getting this part back while I do this more complicated puzzle. That's 2. Already got about as many parts today that I did in my last attempt of today. Slightly more than many, but better than none. Let's see, 50. Yeah, 50 should be plenty to get that one. And then I might want to regroup and just go for that final part with just yellows anyways. Speaking of which, this is like the one that requires a good 20 of them. I think 2 cycles of the candy pop should be more than plenty. Okay, just in case I get too trigger happy, do not point my cursor towards the water. That could lead to a bad time. Yeah. Wow, this is going so smooth. Like, I almost have half the day left already. That didn't look like 20, so I'm gonna throw a couple more just to be on the safe side. I think the best part is I'm gonna learn from past mistakes and not go through the trouble of converting all the Pikmin back. Actually, I could probably even use these yellows on the way back. Oh, of course I'm 1 short. Hey, can you pop up? Can you? Thanks. Okay, apparently I'm not just 1 short. Do I have enough blues? Yep. This is actually great because you all can work on carrying that back, and instead of going through the painful process of converting you all back, I can just bring you with me to get that last part. So this should be second last. And they're coming back with the second last. Oh. And it's awesome. Still have half the day. So if I do this right, we can use our remaining Pikmin to... We can carry... Oh, Pikmin 1. My sweet summer child, Pikmin 1. Oh well. All's well that ends well, and this should be enough to get the final part. all while the Pikmin are carrying back the second final part. Good old multitasking. Actually, I could. Why even bother with the bridge when I could just, like, throw my Pikmin up here and. Or maybe over there. And save myself some in the escort shenanigans. Well, thanks for the untimely distraction, good old game. Cronus Reactor. Rubber Band. Just one more part before endgame. Which I would know where it is if we can get lucky enough to not have all the Pikmin fall trying to get to it. UV lamp. 10. Alright. Don't fall on me now. Actually. Don't mind me, folks, just... This is the process of this stupid UV lamp. The good news is that it only requires 10, so... Assuming all goes well... You know, since I have to go back down anyways, let me see if I can just find a way to cheese this and throw them from... Well, my initial idea didn't work, so I don't even want to give the idea the time of day. You know what? You're all probably safer just plucking that grass anyways. Alright. Okay. Now, I just need 3 of you to get thrown up here and not just fall off the cliff the moment you join my battalion. Can you do that? Think of this. Alright, now I can play cleanup. And hopefully ease the suffering I spent trying to get this. I can't believe all that time wasted, and I'm still gonna get pretty much all the ship parts that I started this stream needing all at once. Fantastic. This is the beauty of Pikmin. This is why I like playing the game as much as I do. Apologies if I'm not talking that much, but this is the multitasking shenanigans that I just love the series for. And right on cue. You know what? Maybe I can even get that... Oh, I would say maybe I can even get that Pikmin that's still submerged in the ground, but... Active Pikmin take priority in saving. That little yellow friend is gonna serve a good cause. He's gonna bring new population and new life to the rest of his kin. Oh, they're stuck building this thing up. Well, the good news is they were able to finish building it up fast enough. Maybe they can be saved with a little effort from me. But the important part, We're doing the final area tonight. It's gonna take 2 days. Cause I'm quite a bit rusty, I'm gonna take the 2-day approach. Next to certain on that, but we will get this game done this stream. Just in time. That should be everyone, right? Yep. Minus that one Pikmin that's plucked in the ground, but it's not gonna die, so as far as I'm concerned, it'll be fine. Let's just wait for the end of the day together. How's things been going, by the way? Have people been enjoying that Pikmin 4 demo that dropped? I know I sure have. Technically I completed it, but it's a funny story. When I noticed how close I was getting to the number of Spartanium needed to end the demo, I just started exploring caves without actually picking up the treasures. But I still had the speedrunning mindset in the back of my mind. So I was going in the mindset of, in one of the dungeons there's this treasure. Well, I don't want to take it in, obviously, because that'll end my chance playing the game. Where did that blue come from? The more you try to change fate, the more they stay the same. Time is like a river. You can try to force change, but it'll always find a way back to its initial flow. We've come too far for me to get caught up in my perfectionism. It's final area time. It's time for the final trial. Do 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 bum bum. Do 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 do. All right. It's been a hot minute, but I think I remember what I gotta do. There's carefully managing yellows to get to the bottom rocks. There's the water gate that I guess I can get started on now. And there's the fire path of doom and destruction. I mean, if I'm feeling really ambitious. No, you don't stay there. That could be for a bad time. Oh, hey, Joshua. Easier on the Wii because you can't pick up what color you throw on the GameCube. Oh, yeah. I knew that was a quality of life feature from one of the games. I did forget that it was this version of the game that introduced that feature, so I can imagine how hard it would be to try to do it without it. I'm kind of wondering if I would even need it, though, with the way I, dismiss my Pikmin and just... I already have... For this boss fight in particular, I already have them in individual groups. Because especially at the end, all you really need are the reds and the yellows. You'll see it when we actually get there. It might be it might be one of those things that are easier to show rather than tell. That's kind of like my stick in general, though. Alright. 15 feels like it would be overkill. But I always remember these bomb rock sections being decisive. Always having more than you would expect to need. But maybe I'm misremembering. Alright. We're gonna do things by trial and error, because I could get all paranoid about accidentally throwing the bomb rocks and stuff like that. Or we could spend that time that we spend hesitating to actually just get the job done. Okay, and all that time, I could probably have spent some time getting started on the red trial, but that's fine. You know what? Oh god. Most dreaded thing in all Pikmin 1... The bridge. I would say in all Pikmin games, but Pikmin AI has only gotten better and better over time, so I don't think I would be giving the game enough credit if I just assume all bridges are bad. Alright, so that takes care of the bridge. And I feel pretty confident by the time I get through the fire trial area, they'll be done with the bridge. So, how many reds do we have here, and why is it not enough? Right. Right, so this is just a matter of using the charge efficiently. And honestly, and actually thinking more about it, I probably only need to throw every single one of my Pikmin up here. Just enough to push the box will suffice. Speaking of which... Oh god, where's the box? Fine, you can all join me for a nice swim as I try to save some of these guys' lives. Oh, good lord. Why don't I remember that being a thing? Oh, the shame. Right, you go around this side and you can take them under the bridge. I remember it now. Well, we learn from our mistakes. And I would feel way too self-conscious about that mistake not to do a reset. It's fine, we won't be losing that much time. Besides, we haven't even been going for an hour yet, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with the rest of the stream once we actually beat the boss. Okay, so... Start off with that. I'll bring 25, but surely the box wouldn't need more than 20. But since I have Pikmin to spare, let's just throw another 5 in the mix. That way, if I don't have enough, I don't have to run all the way back here. Alright. Let's see how horrible Pikmin 1 is at organizing the groups. We missed a couple, but that's okay. This will probably be more than enough to take on all this anyways. Right, I could just climb up here. And all you get started on that side of the bridge before we get too far behind. Alright, do I go for the bomb rocks or do I take care of the box first? Hey, Yellow Billy. I don't think you're fireproof despite what you want to believe, my friend. Not all of us can be whatever we want to be. Sometimes we have to conform to the realities of our society. Okay, so... Oh my god, no, okay, I just realized the bad thing that might happen if they try to push the box. Please just stay there. Please stay. Don't try to follow me back. I beg you. Okay, good. Good. So they're still working on the bridge. But by the time we get these bomb rocks, I feel pretty confident that we'll at least be able to bomb the wall that's blocking our way. See? Barely one retry, and we're already doing... I just had to open my mouth. Come on, friend. Come on, friend. There may be hope for you yet, you silly little yellow Pikmin. Well, glitching out and flying in the complete opposite direction was all on you! And you! What the heck were you doing, you fool? I'm not even mad. I'm not even sad about that one. The fool Charlie Woodchuck had it coming. Alright. Dismiss you all here. Just bomb down the wall. Perfect. The blue Pikmin are already done with it. Did I do one more bomb rock than necessary? Maybe. Do I care? You'll have to ask me later. Don't mind the dog having the choir in the back. Okay. So, well... maybe I was underestimating my skills a little bit. Because if I try really hard, we could get this all done in one day. I'm just not going to hold myself to it if we can't. First and foremost, though, all my blue Pikmin friends here are going to come back with me because you did your job and you did it well. Before I get too carried away, though, do I remember... if I remember being a hidden glint beetle, I figure it was worth a quick check. Alright, so all the blues go back. And I would take all the red Pikmin, but I did just recall that my yellow numbers are a tad small. You might be able to get away with reds for everyone else. Yeah, the nice part about Pikmin is that it only seems to get better. It seems that it only gets better every game we do. Oh god, bridge. This does not feel like it should work. And yet... you know, in hindsight, I feel like I might have brought too many yellows. But we have more than enough red, and that's the important thing. Ugh. None of them are flowered, though, and I don't know if I really got the time... or should take the time to boost them up. I guess while I'm getting in position, you can see if we can clear the way out at all. Alright, let's find a good place to separate. And let's prepare for the inevitable battle up ahead. Now, of course, you get the nectar right away. Oh, this is probably the one that has the surprising amount of bomb rocks that I'm thinking of. Okay, and there's still one more on the other side, if I recall. That's fine. We could get more, but I'm not sure if that will really be necessary. Because if I'm doing this well, we shouldn't need that many. Alright, let's see how many leaf Pikmin we can get on a single... or we could just get like several more sets immediately, just from accidentally dismissing some. The question is, when should I go for the... You know what? I'll come to you, red friend. 75. Not the time to get stuck on walls. Neither the Pikmin nor my remote. Alright. Alright. Emperor Bowflex time. Now, do I want to try to do this the cheap way? Or the way the game intends? Because if you do this well, you could just throw it inside its mouth. Awesome. Alright, full force, everyone. Actually, I think it might do more if I think that's the wrong way to do it. God. Rust really gets back to you in the worst of days. Okay, so... Yeah, I think if I recall correctly, the Pikmin have... If the Pikmin throw the bomb rock inside him, he'll get stunned for longer. But obviously just Sacrificial Lamb is easier to pull off. So your guess is as good as mine of how I'm going to handle this. Come on, friend. Throw it. But I mean, if you're not going to throw, I'm not going to stop you. Serve the cause however you feel best. Bomb rock, please. Oh yeah, I can definitely get this done one day. It'll be close. Okay. Come on. A little late. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that definitely seems... I am taking a bit of a risk bringing everyone in here at once, I do admit. Because of that! Cool. Cool, right. Chain reaction. Chain reactions. Explosions of death and mystery to all behold. Well, when you're rusty, I guess some mistakes are inevitable. At least I got some elements of this fight right away. This definitely feels better than the way I did it in the LP. Which is impressive in of itself. That huge chunk of Pikmin loss is very, very unfortunate, but... He's drooling. I think that means he's gonna throw it soon. Where's the rest of my yellows? Oh. Okay, it's not gonna be as long. Don't screw me now, motion controls. Don't fight. Okay, please just drool again. Okay. Oh my god, it's just out of range for either or. Whatever. We're so close that I'll just take whatever's done I can get. I just realized we're probably going to be in an awkward situation where we can beat them. No, I'm just pushing it. Gotta push it. Because of that. No, that's a bomb rock. We did it. Got the secret safe. And it's as full as ever. Hopefully I have enough to bring it back. Because... if only I wasn't holding bomb rocks. Oh my god. Okay, actually, just barely had enough without bomb rocks. See, I barely even need all the bomb rocks that I actually ended up using. Man, I really feel like I made a fool of my past self, because I know that in the past, that fight has given me a bit more of a hardship than I would think. And I know it doesn't really matter because the last day and we're gonna just hit the credits, but I can sense that I'm leaving someone behind, and I want to find my little Pikmin friend before it's all said and done. There you are. Let's go, Steve. Onwards. Actually, you don't get a trooper moment. We're about at sunset, and it'd be the worst feeling in the world if we don't get this back. After all that effort and all that disbelief of getting everything back in the first day. And you know what? The war is over, my Pikmin friends. Disarm your explosives. Though I wonder, you can punch in this game. Thankfully, the bomb rocks don't explode when you punch them like in 2. So I guess it is what it is. Oh my god, come on guys. We're right there. The credits are right in our graphs. But you're kidding me. Come on. Come on. Oh, push. Yes! Single day final trial. After who knows how much rust. Probably at least a year's worth. Fantastic. I'll toast to that. Very... Goodbye, my little Pikmin friends. Okay, good. Mic levels are going. I was just thinking it would... I was gonna say, where is the Elgato sound? But it's there. It's just a little... It was just a little soft at that moment. I mean, can you blame me? This would be a perfect... Wait, were we actually recording moment? With all those shenanigans coming into play? You fools! The war is over. You don't have to fight anymore. Wake up, Blue. You know what? The joke was bad anyways. I'm not gonna cut myself off. All this time later, we still don't know what the green onions are for. The pink ones might be winged Pikmin, but who knows for sure. Light blue, it'd be kind of funny if they actually brought the pink for winged Pikmin and the light blue for the ice Pikmin and the green for the glow Pikmin in Pikmin 4. Like, oh, that's right. Pink onions already exist. I don't know why I got them mixed up with something like white or purples that don't actually have onions. But who knows with the way that Pikmin 4 works, maybe they will get onions. Because it seems like how it works is that you start with one onion and you just pick up Pikmin from a cave and then do a puzzle on the overworld to actually earn the onion for real so you can actually grow the number. So let's see. Let's see how this compares to some of my best. 14 days when my usual record is 12. Had the most surviving Pikmin in this run. And the least amount of lost Pikmin. No, the most lost Pikmin. That seems more accurate. Got everything, including the totally necessary seat cushion. Alright, let's save the record. I'm not sure if this keeps track of all 3 of my files or just the one at the back, but... Oh, right, we haven't even set through the credits yet. I might as well sit through them for playthrough's sake. Though, actually, should I edit this into a video series? I just remembered that I actually did a Pikmin LP already, not too long ago. Well, not too long ago in my grand scheme of 13 plus years doing gaming commentaries on YouTube. In that scheme of things, the actual Pikmin Let's Play is not too long ago, but people were interested in this when I edited before. I don't know, like, how would I even handle in that place? Because I can't really call it a Pikmin Let's Play because that already exists on the YouTube channel of this remake version, in matter of fact. And I wouldn't say it was even that long ago for a remake. Heck, I feel like my commentary in the actual Let's Play was better than here. Like, with the stream, I'll admit that there's a lot of times I was just, like, focusing on trying to get things done as efficiently as possible. And I feel like I had a lot more interesting stories in the LP itself. That being said, for the sake of just revisiting this game, especially before they announced that they were releasing Pikmin 1 and 2 remakes, I could have just played instead of trying to get this whole Switch set up. Well, set it up. I say it was worth it enough that. Probably would have gone better if I didn't, like, get burnt out on streaming or was unable to do it for whatever reason was the case. Because if I actually streamed this game every week and was actually consistent with my streaming schedule, then I definitely could have just totally got this whole thing done before the whole Pikmin remakes came out. That being said, like, it's fine anyways, because I haven't picked up the remakes, and I haven't really felt justified to pick up the remakes quite yet. Oh, we gotta have a moment of ado for the best Pikmin player ever. The nameless individual who recorded this glorious piece of art for us to witness, showing off the devastating powers of all the foes that we faced along the way. You can't see it, but I have my arms raised up in the air, and in hindsight, I wonder why no one can see me. What is the point of even doing that? I don't know. Thinking about it though, it is kind of getting hot without the AC that I was trying to keep off for sake of audio recording, because God, that previous stream, man. And I was worried about things getting picked up on the mic on that stream. That was the least of my concerns with the audio quality of that particular stream. Just the whole mess of it all. Like, mess. So we've been going for an hour, and I just don't know what to do the rest of the time, because I could easily go another hour. Oh. That screenshot kind of, like, makes it look like it's staring right into my soul, and I'm not exactly a happy camper about all that. Look at this beautiful artisan that brought this experience for us. They managed to make dwarf bulborbs of all sing look like a vicious threat. Kudos to the creator of the sequence. Apparently they re-recorded it for the Pikmin 1 and 2 remakes. And I saw a little tiny bit of footage of it. No shade. But you can't beat the classic. Just, especially the part of just showing off how devastating these enemies can be by playing the worst you possibly can play. There's an art to it. Yeah, not even just like weird stuff like this Gulix being in an area that could normally never show up in. And all stuff like that. So, as we were going through the sequence, I was thinking about how to spend the rest of the stream, and I'm conflicted between two ideas. Well, when I say conflicted, I'm leaning towards one much more than the other, but there's definitely a plus side to ignoring that feeling. One, I kind of want to just jump right into Pikmin 2. Downside is, like, I don't think I'm going to come back to Pikmin for a little bit after this stream. At least neither to 1 or 2, so it'd be the only recorded footage on my channel of Pikmin 2, but it'd be just, like, right in the middle of things, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't know when I'm going to come back to streaming this series. Doing this stream again kind of just reminded me of the way I play Pikmin. Makes it really hard to commentate while streaming. So I don't know. And again, like, I'm much more excited about just jumping right into Pikmin 2 for the rest of the stream. But it might be a more enjoyable viewing experience if I try to show off some of the optional fights in Pikmin 1. Instead of just, like, having a 30-minute recording of Pikmin 2 and never touching it for anything ever again. Wow, I forgot just how long the sequence is. I don't want to skip it though. Why would you skip art? Like, we never seen this glorious beef because I wasn't born yesterday. So, do I talk about Pikmin 4? I guess. Long story short, I'm conflicted. I'm having fun, but I'm not quite the biggest fan of all the new changes. It just... I feel like there's going to be major pros of the new direction Pikmin is going, but at the cost of the replayability. Because... I don't know, I just like the concept of... It's hard to describe if you haven't actually played the demo for yourself. So I don't even know if I want to try to explain it. I guess what it is safe to say that starting off the demo, I was concerned. I was very concerned about the new direction it was going in, but the more time I actually spent, and actually when I got to play a dungeon besides the tutorial, I was enjoying it quite a bit more. So, like, is it gonna make me actually reset the game? I didn't even think about that. Okay, good. And you know what? If I'm really feeling up to more Pikmin next week, I could just replay the demo and talk about it all there. Definitely wouldn't mind. I'll take an excuse to play more Pikmin 4. Despite the contradictory feelings that I was just talking about. So do I wanna... I don't know if it's really be that enjoyable to actually show off the bosses though. It's mostly just me throwing Pikmin at the boss and hoping they don't die. You know what? Let me at least get the basic ones out of the way and see how much time is left. Naturally, I just realized we probably can only show off one because I think if I recall correctly, like they're both in this area, and it'll depend solely on if we come here at an odd number day or an even number day. I guess you could just time travel if that's the case. So let's see what we got and go from there. I was gonna say, please don't bring that to base. The last thing we need is more Spud. It's fine. You know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I'm not saving this. I'm gonna just reset anyways. Cool, so this time around we got the Medusa. If I remember how to pronounce it correctly. It is a perfectly harmless being. Well, and I completely forgot about this. I'm so used to it just automatically slamming Pikmin into the ground, but I guess it doesn't even do that unless it's provoked. Which made me feel kind of self-conscious about endangering this peaceful creature to begin with. There is a perk to... yeah, even, like, Submerged Zomar as well, but it does have the perk of just planting... When the Pikmin get plant on the ground, they become flowers. If you could just demonstrate, my friend... So, in a sense, this could be an annoying fight, in a sense, because you have to re-pluck the Pikmin every time they get stomped onto the ground, but it does come at the benefit of having all your Pikmin flowerize without even finding nectar or anything like that. So, it's either an annoying fight or a very beneficial fight, depending on your perspective. Right now, I think it's kind of running more in the latter, considering that this guy is just, like, plucking the Pikmin before, or planting the Pikmin before I can even attack him. Hard to believe that Smokey Frog actually came from this peaceful being. And then you got this situation where, like, I'm trying to throw, but because throw and pluck are the same button, I prolong the fight even longer than I need to. When it doesn't help that Olimar throws the freaking Pikmin behind his back, so I'm just like, he's literally planting them as I'm throwing them. And there you go, you just murdered a helpless, peaceful creature. I hope you feel great about yourself. Only other thing I can think to do is, like, let them bring it to base so we can see how much you get out of it, but I don't even think you really get enough Pikmin out of it to really justify it. It's more of an Easter egg than anything else. It's kind of, they have an interesting role in Pikmin 2 from what I remember, because you get them at midpoints in the dungeon, so you could... I don't know why I keep calling caves dungeons. They are technically caves, but... oh boy, does Pikmin 2 make them feel like an ordeal of a dungeon, so... you can do the math when they come out of the ground. I don't quite feel like counting them all up. However many Pikmin we have there is how many it would give us. Excuse me. And as you can see, you may not be able to see the number right off the bat. But it isn't that much higher than a pellet posy. So let's take a look at this from day number 3. Or an odd number day, more specifically. Now this time, excuse me, my shoot. Wow, what a great time for my throat to dry up. And my nasals to get all nasally. Now as you can see, I brought mostly blues. The yellows are just for an experiment. A very kabooey sort of experiment. Because I have some weird memories of fighting this thing with a bomb rock, but that definitely wouldn't be what you're supposed to do with it. I guess there's nothing there. was gonna say, maybe we got here too early. I kinda had a feeling it was a joke, but like, maybe it may sort of be said as a joke, but it kind of backfired on me. What happened? Whatever happened to Kapuli over there? Oh, that's right. It counts as water, so they drown. Well, that's fine. It's space-time's not getting reset, so I guess I did a little bit of damage. But as you can see, as our one friend was kind enough to demonstrate, we don't want to throw... Blue Pikmin will make it drown. You don't mind me if we're not remembering the most optimal way of doing this. It has been a minute. Oh, sinking that doesn't count as crushing damage. But I thought the whole point is that you make them click. Like that. Oh, I get it. It's a... I thought I had it. The reality was I didn't. This is supposed to make him click. There we go. I guess you hit the soft part to make it click into the hard part, and that breaks him. As you can see, it's just some pellets. Not really anything worth in and of itself. Like the other optional boss. Mostly just a Easter egg and enough of that. And you know what? Those went by so fast. Why not? Kind of think I should take a water break first, just for... Part of me wants to take a water break because my throat's getting dry, but for the people, let's break the egg. I'm sure it will go great. Oh, cool. Just what I need to fully show off this boss in his full capability. Don't mind those red sprouts that are in the ground. I'm sure they'll be fine. Besides, they're in the ground. What could possibly go wrong? Run, my friend. Run and never look back. So, if you get here quick enough, you'll have this mysterious egg. I believe it's like any time before day 14. You have this conspicuous egg just standing here not really doing much of anything. Completely harmless enough. It's not attacking us, doing any harm. It's just an egg. Oh! This is a new one for me. Here's the thing. I always thought you had to attack the egg in order to make it do, well, that. This is the Smoky Prog. It's poisonous, and it's not the generous Pikmin 2 type of poison. You miss aim ever so slightly, and touch the frog on its back, or the Pikmin get run over, they die. Also, this cool little feature that plucks Pikmin from the ground. Who thought this was a fun idea? Who knows? This is the only, as far as I'm aware, this is the only enemy in the entire game. Well, sorry for your loss, my friends. As I was saying, this is the only enemy in the entire game that is a threat to Pikmin that are uprooted. Or that are just resting in the ground, not even born yet. Not even nighttime enemies. Something that is so deadly and dangerous that it happens off screen. Well, that was a smart how you do. In case it's not obvious, this is considered the hardest fight in the game. And I'm sure if I was playing super smart, I could do better in it. But I did want to at least like show off how, the deadly nature of this beast to some degree. If I was just like if I were to like get all my blues put away as soon as I attack the egg ever so slightly, if I were like fighting with reds, but not be near the water, there's a lot of things I could do to take on this fight a lot better than I actually am. But I didn't really give myself a proper preparation for it all. Ship, that's nice, but I kind of got bigger priorities, bigger fish to fry. So, if I can do any recommendations, one, learn from my mistakes and don't try to fight it as far away from the water as possible. And don't try not to fight it at the onions, because both those things are bad for its own reasons. Also, you may have better luck not playing this game on a Wiimote if you have bad depth perception. Because I find, like, from my experiences, the onions tend to get in the way of your throws quite a bit. And that just makes this all the worse of a problem to deal with. Oh my god, how'd you all live? Never mind. The good news, if you can fight this thing and defeat it, I would say without incredible casualties, but regardless, when you defeat it, it drops a pearl that gives you 100 Pikmin. Assuming that you do this well enough, you can eat. So it's pretty good because you can get a lot of Pikmin out of it, but only if you're good. But obviously, if you lose over 100 Pikmin fighting this thing, then you're kind of lost, because as you can see, this guy can easily kill 100 Pikmin if you're not careful. Because I may not be playing the best, but I'm playing half competently and still losing quite a few Pikmin as is. Maybe even 100, who knows. Anyways, that only took like half the day. I'm sure that poison will go away eventually. And yeah, we got ourselves a nice golden pearl here. And you're going to just have to take my word for it, because we are not letting this thing sprout Pikmin in the ground. I'll even go to the end of the day and not save. So you can see for yourselves that it gives 100 Pikmin. And heck, we can even compare how many Pikmin we lost versus how many we gained to see if the Smoky Frog fight would have been worth it in the end. So, where is the end of day button? Go to sunset. Let's just get the numbers. Smoky Prague. Oh hey, I don't think I've ever seen this bio before. The hideous beast comes from a strange hard egg. Its most-like body is wrapped in an unpleasant gas. Excuse me. Speaking of unpleasant gas. That suffocates any Pikmin that inhales it. Attacking its head is successful, but it's best to eliminate it in its egg form. Yeah, I guess you could do that, But you won't get the super rare pearl that gives you all the Pikmin if you do. Oh, that's a weird backdrop. I just noticed that the red exploding star is what it is. I'm not sure if that's because I just had a really bad day or if the game's glitching out. Either way, yeah, I guess it was worth. I guess it would have been worth it despite that heavy drop. And let me look at that a little closer. We sprouted 100, and that was the only thing we sprouted. We lost 50 in battle, but the curve still showed reds dropping pretty significantly. Oh, I guess that's through a spread of time, I guess, and maybe I just had a bad day in the part. Well, we're not saving because I beat the game. But yeah, like, again, Smoky Pro can easily wipe out over 100 Pikmin if you try to take it without, if it catches you off guard. But with enough skills, and like, I didn't do that fight the most confidently in the world. Even if you lose half your squad, you still make a net gain in Pikmin. Question is, can you live with yourself? Can you sleep at night knowing that half 100 Pikmin were lost in your greed for more? Yeah, I built it up quite a bit, and I've done literally everything I can with Pikmin 1 at this point. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave you all to the title. I'm kind of getting hot anyways and been needing to refill my water for a while, so I'm gonna take a quick water fill break. And I'll look at the time when I get back and decide what to do there. I don't really feel like we're definitely playing something off my Wii U because I'm not messing around with consoles just for another half an hour of gameplay. Maybe I'll just jump into Pikmin 2 just to get refamiliarized with it again. But we'll have to see. Until then, no BRB. Where's my BRB button? Oh, here it is. Alright, I'm back. Don't mind the extra noise. I'm keeping the AC on while I switch games at the very least. Because if nothing else, it's a hot day, and the least I can do to keep cool is to have the AC running. Won't be in the video, but I don't want it to be in the video, so least I can do is just capitalize on all this downtime that I possibly can. Wonder if I should switch the stream from Pikmin 1 to Pikmin 2. Would that really even matter? I know Twitch is kind of a stickler for it, but YouTube matter? Oh, I know. No. Of course Pikmin Bloom would be on there, and I would say, how would you play Pikmin Bloom? But the Pokemon Go community seems to be doing a pretty good job making content out of Pokemon Go, which is slightly different because it has a PvP scene. It has Pokemon battles, so there is an element that doesn't require out AR. But I've seen some Pokemon Go streams before that was a thing, and so you can do it. It's just tricky to do while not doxing yourself at the same time. Alright. So yeah. Still not even at an hour and a half of a stream, so looks like my Wii remote decided to take a break and doesn't want to come back. Here we go. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna play Pikmin 2. Definitely gonna be the first time in years that I've played it, despite how nostalgic I am about it. I'm one of those crazy people that actually have fond memories of Pikmin 2. But between you and me, Pikmin 2 kind of has a weird history that makes it kind of awkward to actually do for YouTube, which is a big reason why I haven't done Pikmin 2 at all, either a stream or videos in a long time. Not just because of the brutal nature of it, although that'd be a part of it, but ironically enough, I don't mind that dungeon, the one that everyone dreads, but I have my own specific memories tied to it that's not related to the gameplay itself that kind of makes it awkward to go back to. Game's actually starting, so I'm not going to bring that up anymore. I can just cut it all out. So hey, also I should probably turn off the AC, as much as I really don't want to, because it felt so nice after how hot and sticky it's kind of been doing the Pikmin 1 stuff without it. But I'm doing the stream. It hasn't been quite 2 hours yet, so I figured I could burn a little time by jumping back into Pikmin 2. It's been a hot minute since I've last played this game, and I forget whose playthroughs all these belong to. But this one barely has any time in it, so I guess we'll go with that. And I can't tell if the blue swirl means I've repaid the debt, or if I 100%ed it. Oh, this is definitely a 100% save file. 21 days. That feels pretty short considering just how lenient and how the whole day system doesn't really even matter anymore. But anyways, Halkatite Fright is a long, deep of something. Until one day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Elamar, was yeeted into an uncharted planet. I forgot to mention, this is the Wii Play version of the game. ported to the Wii U. So you know what that means, guys? We get to have unshameful corporate buyout capitalism at its finest, brand recognition glory, without the censorship. And I just remembered, one of the censored... censor's a hard word, but that's what's funny about it, so I'm going to keep calling it censored. One of the censored treasures in this game is the very first one you get. So we get to show off the fine gameplay here. We get to show off the stuff that good old Nintendo doesn't want you to see anymore because they didn't have the rights to keep it going or whatever. We just have to sit through a cutscene first, which I'm conflicted if I want to talk through, read, because I do like the story of this game for how simple it is, or skip it all together so we can get right into the shameful part. Funny story about this, I'm gonna assume that you've all played Pikmin 2 already with how old it is, and how the port's been out for a few days, but spoiler alerts to Pikmin 2, just in case. The whole line with the Space Bunny things. I have an infamous story of the one time I've actually spoiled a game for a good chunk of the community, and it was completely by accident. So, back in when forums still exist, Pikmin 2 recently just came out, so it was the talk of all the towns. I was playing for the game myself, and Pikmin 2 got brought up in the forums. I don't remember why, but I actually remembered going, you know what, I find the whole Space Bunny story that Louie brought up complete bullshit. I bet he didn't lose the carrots to Space Bunny. I bet he ate them himself. And you know what? It was on that day that I found out that was exactly what happened in Pikmin 2, because everyone freaked out going, oh my god, you just spoiled Pikmin 2. And I'm like, wait, you're serious? That's what actually happened? Also, I was a young, naive kid, so I didn't actually say bullshit, but it felt like it would have been done disservice to the story if I didn't say it that way. I forgot that the president gets yeeted out of the way of that smoke clearing. Incredible. Man, I miss this game. It's been way too long since I've last played it. And the sad part is that that'll probably be a long time before I actually sit down and actually play this game proper. But we are at least going to play this game until we get to the blatant capitalism. And that will make it so worth it in of itself. Captain Elmer just can't catch a break here, can he? That was close. I have a verdict, a crash landing, running diagnosis. Alert, danger, Lily is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either floating protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in this cold planet. Wait a moment, Luck. Hey, it's the bustling Red Friends. Could this be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. So much for that character development they got in Pikmin 1. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them with your whistle. But you can also hold B to make the sound your whistle carry farther. Remember? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I just feel all the hype, and it's gonna be a shame to let it go. Pikmin came to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating! Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin, then point at the screen and release to throw it. Ta-da! Any special cutscene? No, the game's just gonna. Oh, there we go. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communication link with Louis. It is fortunate that we have managed to confirm his safety. Press minus to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition. I just remembered the good old snow imprint. Louis, allow me to assess your condition. As per safety protocol, are you at all injured? Is that so? How disappointing! Our communications link shows that you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. Onion? Seemingly nothing but in our way between us and reunited with the better captain of the group. Let's go! I'm sure we won't get road-sided almost immediately. Okay, much less immediately than I thought. But there it is! Blatant capitalism! We did it! Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate! I would like to praise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on control pad to zoom and do angles and fancy stuff like that. And we can't really do much of anything without Pikmin, so excuse me. Let's alleviate that, shall we? Let me get water because it's a miracle that I'm able to do that voice when my throat was already scratchy from Pikmin 1. You know what it is? I think I just remember what that day 2 file was all about. Like, I usually skip day 1 when practicing. I wouldn't call it speed running because it's not a matter of speed, it's a matter of doing the game in as few days as possible, but especially growing up, like, I would always try to challenge myself to actually do this game as in as few days as possible. So I would just have a save file that was day 2 and just reset back to it over and over every time I wanted to try again. Hold on, this is relevant. The seed of the onion ejected sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. I wonder what's for dinner. Why is the dinner staring right into my soul? Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can press... Okay, I think his voice is trying to get to me. I was trying to keep it going for this whole segment. But... at least... give myself a break until we're done with the tutorials. So... Olimar's description of the creature resembling Pick Cares was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Get him! Get him, Steve! You can save this entire franchise if you get him now. Get him before it's too late. Nah. Then we wouldn't have a video game if we didn't have Louis. Imagine... it's kind of a shame that our captain just has to stand around and wait for more Pikmin to grow. If only our captain had the ability to actually pick and drag pellets as well. Maybe a little jump mechanic, little stuff like that. It would all go a long way. So more seeds, because we have pellets plus onions equal Pikmin. That's basically how the song and dance goes. Do 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 do. So not quite enough yet to do anything in note. Perhaps a little bit more. At least that's enough for the box. I thought they always give you extras, but maybe I'm mistaken. We don't have enough to claim our capitalistic prize quite yet. Oh, I forgot we have to dig it out. A little too late for that. Multitasking me probably could have, like, got some pigment digging while we were growing the other ones, but there ain't really too much we can do about that for now. Unfortunate, we only have 11. Don't know where that last one came from, but that's fine, because through the power of teamwork, we can finish laying it down that way. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use B to form a single group, C to take solo actions, and minus to change leaders. Whatever the case may be, our job ain't done quite yet. Like, I think if I recall, this is going to require way too many, yeah. More than we can grow in the tutorial stage. But not more that we can actually start doing something with our capitalism prize. So I'm going to actually play smart, and while the Pikmin are tearing that board back, I'm going to grow more Pikmin just in case we need a few little more. I do miss this part, ability just to be able to have two captains swap between them. Yeah, not quite enough. They do expect us to get everything. Come on, hut-two, hut-two, hut-two. I can move this thing faster in my sleep. Hut-two, 2, 4, hut-two, hut-two. Alright, that's 20 on the spot. Yeah. If I can tell, like, there's a lot of things from past Pikmin games I do miss from when I played Pikmin 4. And then I learned that they were almost immediately there, but I just had to... They were just tied to upgrades, and I wasn't quite sure how to really feel about that, because, like, I'm glad that they're there, and they're relatively cheap to buy, so you do, like, at least get them back almost immediately. But I'm not exactly a huge fan of when a game... It didn't quite feel right to have the game strip me of something that they already had, just to give me the thrill of rebuying it again. But again, like, it's more of a nitpick than anything because it's so cheap to get. It's so cheap to get that, like, as soon as it was unlocked, I basically had it back again. But I was almost ready to judge the game for being worse than the previous ones, just because I wasn't sure if those old features that made the first few games so enjoyable would be back in the first place. Alright. Not too much we can do until they carry it back at their slow... very slow pace. We might as well, like, we might as well get a full look at this thing. Because it doesn't come back for the remake. We might as well appreciate this fine piece of branding for all that it's worth before we say adieu to it. And yes, I know, I could just look at the treasures from the treasure screen. Oh, I wonder if the text... Oh my god! The description text is almost legible. Like, if I had slightly better eyesight, then it would be completely eligible. God, amount of... I know it's probably just a texture picture that they threw on top of it, but I still feel amazement over the fact they put the time to make the details of the volts and the disclaimer in the back, and now I'm really hyping myself up to actually take a full look at this thing. Let's see, rotate it here. Courage reactor. See, you can't really even get as good of a look at it from this screen as you could when it was out on the field. But too bad there isn't like an entire mode of the game where you can just look at all your stuff in the gallery or something. Oh, wait. I took the liberty of naming it when I praised it. The name reflects my current think king. Leave it to me to think up of catchy names for our hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hecate, we must fly low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Imagine if you could leave Pikmin behind in this cutscene. I don't think you could even if you tried. But I also never had the courage to try. Like, why would you? It's a free 20 Pikmin that you're supposed to start off with the game with so you can be as optimal as possible. Why would you screw yourself over just for science? Oh well. I mean, we literally just did the tutorial day, but that was still fun. That was still fun to return back to this game. I had way more fun with that opening scene than I thought we would. That being said, it's getting kind of hot and warm out, so we probably will be wrapping up soon. I mean, I guess this is still... Let's go into what I really wanted to get a nice full look at this thing. Oh, I'm way too... I must be way too spoiled in the new games. You can't even... Oh, I guess if I hold down Z, I can sort of rotate it. But with that whole dark blurred effect, we can get a lot better of a view of it before we collected it than like this. So I guess it was kind of for the best that we took a nice good look at it while we could. Alright, Almarth Journal. We recover our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remember how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking, yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing chef parts. In my darkest hour, they were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? So... yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you enjoyed the nice little bonus to our Pikmin 1 stream. Like I said, I don't plan on streaming this next week. But who knows, I might come back to it sooner than you think. Would like to... Been trying to finish up Pikmin 1 for way too long as is though, so... And this is a pretty long game. This is much longer than Pikmin 1. So I would like to stream some other games instead, just so I can get around to playing some other things. But I haven't decided what I'm going to stream next week yet. So we'll just figure that out on the fly. Do you feel confident currently that there will be a stream next week? So tune back in, same time, same place, for some more video game goodness. And until next time, take care. Let me just... Oh, I don't have multiple stages unlocked, so I can't do the whole... I guess when we return to the title screen, that'll be when I cut off the stream.